and that's talking about Oyo Teachers Recruitment. Let me give you a little bit of the background this morning. We are having the chairman of Oyo State Post-Primary Teaching Service Commission, Tescom, Pastor Akin Alamu, has said that only 10% of the 67,000 applicants for Oyo State Teaching Service got 50% and above. He made a statement while speaking on a program, and where he said the cutoff mark will be determined by the level of performance of various applicants, and that anybody who scored 30% and below may not be considered for the next stage. So for this morning, we have the Tescom chairman with us this beautiful morning to actually x-ray this and shed more light on this teaching recruitment. It's good to have you here this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, we know that so many people have been expecting this particular recruitment. It's been on and on for months. We've done the CBT exams. The result has come out. What have you discovered? How far have we fared?
Yeah, you see, we have discovered that a good number of our graduates, university graduates, are not computer literate. And that affects the performance of some of them in the exercise. But that notwithstanding, we thank God that the exercise went smoothly, and notwithstanding that some people came from hospital beds, we have deliveries even while the examination was on in the premises of
even right there.
University of Ibadan Distant Learning Center. And thank God we had ambulances around, we had doctors around, we had nurses.
So you are saying
around.
you were actually well prepared for that?
We actually prepared well for it, and the whole exercise went well. The applicants, they behaved. Our staff all over your state, they worked very hard. The University of Ibadan Learning Center staff, they also did excellent job.
Well, we had some complaints during the CBT exam. Some people at this computer science said they were not allowed to come in with calculators. Some said pencils and biros. And we have a situation where some said they even found CRK inside what they are supposed to be doing, the Islamic studies. All of this, how were you able to resolve them?
Yeah, you see, as regards people not taking materials inside, it wasn't materials like biro or plain sheets, but they were asked not to take their telephone or computers inside, just for the exam to be hitch-free. And the minor complaints of a religious sect, that is Murik, saying that some Christian questions were found in the Islamic candidates' questions. It happened like that even to Christians. We call it general questions. And these general questions is just a part of the whole exercise, because people were tested on the core subject they wanted to teach, on general knowledge, on some basic mathematics questions and things, and teaching methodology. So it was a general exercise. So, and when this case was raised, we approached the sect that complained. We talked with them and they agreed with us, even though they told us that they only wanted to create problem for us. The leader came and he spoke in our presence that they did it just to keep us on the toes, and that they wanted to create some problems for us. But thank God, we were able to resolve it.
Well, and that takes me to the issue of the cutoff point. People have been saying, if just 10% passed, are you still going to use the 50%? Are you not going to beat down the cutoff a little? What are your plans? Or you are still saying that is either you have 50% or you're out?
Well, the good thing is that the exam was, the test was hitch-free. And there was no complaint of leakage or anything like that. We've had a good number of applicants that scored 50% and above. And with this, we thank God that we can take off this recruitment, we can continue this recruitment exercise. But mind you, the 10% that we are talking about is exclusive of the physically challenged people who will also join at the interview level. And we have not actually decided the 6,000 plus that have succeeded in scoring 50% and above. They are there, but the cutoff is not going to be the same thing across boards. The cutoff will be based on the number of applicants in each subject, the performance of the candidates in each subject, and the number of vacancies in each subject. This is why the 50% was just a working figure.
Benchmark.
Yes, yes. So some may be, so in some subjects, the percentage may be raised. In some, it may be a little lower.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have a situation of non-teaching, or those who applied for non-teaching. What is their fate? What are the expectations?
Yes, you see, the whole exercise of this CBT, okay, this recruitment, let me say, is in 3 stages. It's going to be in 3 stages. We have applicants who are already serving in this at the various schools in Oyo State. Some of them have acquired additional qualifications, and because they are already working with us in our schools, so we treated their case separately. We first conducted a CBT for them. They passed. We have already interviewed them. So, and we already have something like 800 that has actually succeeded at the CBT and the interview. So this is also part of the recruitment exercise. That one has been concluded. It's only just waiting for letters to be issued to them. The second stage is this applicants from outside who will be fresh in the service. So we have now conducted their own CBT, and when we fix the cutoff, and within the next 1 week or so, we will fix date for their interview. After that one, when we conclude the interview of this present one, then we will now take up the issue of the non-teaching applicants.
When you talk about the issue of interview, which is the second stage, so will it further prune down those numbers, or what are your targets? Why are you embarking on these interviews after the CBT?
Well, that is the normal practice in all organizations. When they go through the weeding test like this, especially in teaching, some people may be good, might have performed well at that CBT, but if it's somebody that cannot speak well, and it's not somebody that we can say is physically challenged, if you can't speak well, if you can't do well, if you can't comport well in the presence of your students, you can't be a good teacher. So there is need for this oral interview.
So what is the target? Like, how many teaching people do you want to employ generally when you calculate it all together?
We have been saying this since we started about 6 months ago. It's going to be about 7,000.
Even with COVID-19? Yes. Because people are talking about shortfalls, that money is not actually coming in like before again. So are you still sticking with?
Thank you very much. It's a very good and valid question that you have asked. You see, that is what the governor approved. And this emergency, this reduction in revenue has actually affected all sectors of the economy. So, but we have a program on hand. It is reasonable for us to actually consider the cost of the state government before. So we are not going to, at the same time, at one time, employ everybody so that the wages will not be overloaded, and the wage bill will not be something that will create a problem for the government, especially at this period of downturn in the economy of the state.
So what are you looking at? Like, is we in batches, or the employment, or what criteria do you want actually to put in place?
It is at that interview, when we interview them, we will decide on whether first to employ 3,000 or 4,000 or something like that. We will sit down and discuss, and we are appointed there. So we will also seek advice.
Okay, for those people who actually scaled through, who have succeeded after the CBT, what is your advice for them?
My advice for them, those who have not succeeded,
who have succeeded, who have actually scored 50 and above.
Yes, they should be waiting honestly and while we congratulate them, we interview them, and we are going to, like, we are making everything open to the public. Like, we are trying to ensure that the whole thing is transparent. I also assured all those that will be invited for interview to actually have the trust that the best will be done during this exercise. There will be no hide and seek things at any stage of this recruitment exercise.
So you've been talking about merit since they actually started the recruitment process, and you're still maintaining the issue of merit. So I will ask you, what are those things put in place to ensure that only those who merit it, only the professionals actually handle the job in our school?
Yeah, I know you see, the point is that it takes determination to achieve success. And we have a name to protect. And we know the government we are working for. This is a government that is transparent, that wants to lift education to a higher level in this state. So, and we are working towards that goal. So we cannot do anything that we affect the passion of the state governor, especially on education. So we are determined to make sure that this whole thing is not hijacked by anybody, or we do something.
Thank you so much. It's like we should go on and on, but time is not on our side. Thank you so much, Pastor Akin Alamu, for coming on AM Cafe. We quite appreciate you. He is the Tescom chairman Oyo State, and he has been talking about the teachers' recruitment process. Okay, this is where we'll wrap it up this beautiful morning. I am Anu Akomala. Until tomorrow, just stay with us, stay safe, and stay productive. Bye for now.